What's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video. My sports Gematria. Just wanted to go over the XFL for the weekend. In week 2, I went ahead and sweeped week 2 for the XFL. Went 4-0 in picks. 2-0 on Saturday, 2-0 on Sunday. So I just kind of want to go over those picks and just kind of show you my thought process on why I made the picks that I did. So we had the Defenders and Dragons on Saturday, Renegades and Roughnecks on Sunday. So on this side right here is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology for the calendar, Gregorian, and both sides of the Hebrew calendar. And then on the left side is what I call my game numbers. And so we're looking at XFL Week 2. Up top here is a location of where the game is being played, along with the number of days till the championship game. The number of game for the XFL. The first game on Saturday was the 5th game ever for the XFL. Right here is the away team. So I have the team Gematria, their record for the season, and then the coach Gematria, his distance to and from his birthday, and then the quarterback Gematria, to and from distance from his birthday. In the middle is the head-to-head record, which there is none. And then the bottom is the home team. Same thing. Team Gematria, season record. Coach Gematria, to and from birthday. Starting quarterback Gematria, to and from birthday. So I picked DC Defenders in this game. One thing that's really fascinating about Cardale Jones is that he was born on 9/29. Okay. And this last year, the Hebrew civil calendar, the first day of the calendar started on 9/30. So the distance from his birthday is always going to line up with the day of the Hebrew calendar, no matter what day he plays for on this season. So this entire XFL season, season 1, Cardale Jones, the distance from his birthday will always match the Hebrew civil calendar day. So it's 139 days since his birthday. Saturday was the 139th day on the Hebrew civil calendar. But why I picked the DC Defenders to win this game on Saturday is the first thing I noticed was New York Guardians. Their Gematria sums to 205. It being the 20th day of the 5th month on the Hebrew civil calendar, like 205. Learning from last week's or week 1 in the XFL, if you watch that video, you'll notice that the teams that seem to be connected to the Hebrew calendar the most or more significantly ended up losing the game. So when I saw New York Guardians sums to 205 and it being the Hebrew civil 220th day of the 5th month, like 205, at first I was like, oh man, Guardians are going to upset. But then I was like, wait a minute. Think this through. That probably means they're going to lose. But there's some other stuff here that made me like the DC Defenders. So on the Gregorian calendar, it had 57 date numerology. The coach for DC Defenders, Pep Hamilton, sums to 57. DC Defenders sums to 57. And Pat Hamilton, his birthday is September 19th. And why is that interesting? It's because 919 is the 157th prime number. 157 is the 37th prime number. And this was a day with both 37 and 57 date numerology on the Gregorian. His name sums to 57. DC Defender sums to 57. His birthday is the prime number of 157, the 37th prime. The word 37 sums to 57. So there's a connection here with the coach on DC Defenders to the calendar. But furthermore, it was the 20th day of the month for the Hebrew calendar, the 20th day of the month for the Hebrew calendar. And it just so happened to have been 71 days till the championship game for the XFL. 71 is the 20th prime number. 20th prime number. So 71 days till the championship game, the 20th prime. The first game for week 2 is played at Audi Field, which sums to 71, the 20th prime, on the 20th day of the Hebrew month. Okay. DC Defenders sums to 210. 210, which has 20th triangular number. And the DC Defenders at home in Audi Field, which sums to 71, the 20th prime. 71 days till the championship, the 20th prime. On the 20th day of the Hebrew calendar, they became 2-0 for a home record on the season, as well as 2-0 for the season in general. And again, DC Defenders 210, the 20th triangular number, as well as 57, date numerology of 57. That's why I picked the DC Defenders to win, was the 71 patterns, particularly with the location at home and then being able to go 2-0 at home. Because to be fair, with the win, New York Guardians could have gone 2-0 as well for the season, and they could have gone 2-0 for the conference, but they would have been 1-0 for an away record. And what really drew me, other than this 205, I didn't trust it, was that this was a home game, Audi Field, 71. So it just made sense that the home team that's connected to the number 71 would go 2-0, 20 for a home record at home. And so that was my thought process there. Then we had the Vipers versus the Seattle Dragons. This game I really liked. Dragons was my favorite out of the entire weekend. And the reason why I say that is because the word dragons sums to 111, like 111. Dragons 111, and with a win, they became 1-1 for the season, as well as 1-0 at home. So their record would read 1-1-1-0. So it kind of has that 1-1-1 vibe to it. And this would, of course, take place at home, their first debut home game of the season. Dragons 111. They basically become 111 for the season. 1-1 for the season, 1-0 at home. So that's what I really like about them. And then, of course, it's the same thing with the 20s as it was for the DC Defenders. 71 days to the championship game. 71 the 20th prime, being the 20th day of the month on the Hebrew. The starting quarterback for the Vipers, Quentin Flowers, his name summed to 71. Tampa Bay Vipers, they also summed to 210, the 20th triangular number. And with the loss, they became 0-2 for the season, as well as 0-2 for an away record. 0-2 is a reflection of 2-0, like 20. So this is a little mirror reflection of 20. And then you see they have that connection, 71, starting quarterback 71, the team 210, the 20th triangular. And then I really liked the 1-1-1, going 1-1, 1-0. I really liked that pattern. Because Vipers couldn't have done that. If they won, they would have been 1-1 away, and then 1-1, 1-1 away, and a 1-1 for the season. So that would have been 4 1s, 1-1, 1-1. Whereas there's only 3 1s here, 1-1, 1-0. Dragons 1-1. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's why I picked the Dragons. And then we have the DC Defenders. And then on Sunday, change the calendar here for Sunday. Whoop. Renegades versus the Wildcats. So the Renegades was really connected. I like the Renegades. A lot of it had to not do with date numerology, really. It just had to do with the distance of the starting quarterback. So Laundry Jones got his first debut start for Renegades, as well as Josh Johnson got his first start for the Wildcats. And one thing I noticed is that Josh Johnson, it was 89 days till his 34th birthday, and then it was a total span of 278 days since his 33rd birthday. 89 and 278. Well, the words Dallas Renegades sums to 278 and 89. And I was just thinking, wow, this is a great day for him to get his start. But then, and I was kind of like, oh, wow. And then I started to notice that Laundry Jones, it was 48 days till his 31st birthday. And then I started to notice all the 48s. Bob Stoops equals 48. Renegades equal 48. Josh Johnson equals 48. And then it started to make me think. And I was like, okay, so it's 48 days till his 31st birthday. Bob Stoops equals 48. Renegades equal 48. Dallas Renegades equals 127, which is the 31st prime number, and it's 48 days till his 31st birthday. Well, what's 31? 31 is the 11th prime number, and Renegades can become 1-1 for the season with a win. That was my thought process. Laundry Jones, check this out. So on the Gregorian, it was the 47th day, which left 319 in the year. Laundry Jones comes to 47, and it was a total span of 319 days since his birthday. And then you had the 48 till his 31. Renegades 48, Dallas Renegades 127, the 31st prime. 31, the 11th prime. Renegades become 1-1 like an 11 for the season. And another thing, I'm keeping track of the home team. So this was the 7th game for the season. Home teams came into this 5-1, so they could have been 6-1 or 5-2. And I noticed that California sums to 52, and the word 52 sums to 92 and 38. Carson 92, 38. California 52. Home teams become 5-2 for the season in Carson, California. And the reason why that's purple is because I noticed on the Hebrew religious calendar there was 52 date numerology. So it's like interesting. And that's why I picked the Renegades. And then I came through with the Roughnecks. And I'm going to focus on home teams again one more time. Home teams, because home teams became 5-2. And this is another reason why I kind of like the 5-2. I was thinking California 52, they go 5-2. And I was looking at the same thing. Houston, Texas, and Gematria sums to 62. And if both the Renegades and Houston Rednecks win, home teams would become 6-2 to end the week in the last game of week 2 in Houston, Texas, 62. But this game wasn't that easy to decipher. This was more of a guess than it was a really coded game like the Renegades or the Dragons were, or even the DC Defenders. This one was a little bit tough, and I kind of made an educated guess. And what I based it off of was Philip Walker. This also goes by PJ Walker. But the starting quarterback for the Houston Roughnecks, Philip Walker, it was 10 days, or total span of 11 days, to his 25th birthday. And his 25th birthday is on February 26th, 226. And I noticed Houston Roughnecks sums to 226. Well, that doesn't say anything for today's game. It just means that, Philip Walker is made to play for the Houston Roughnecks, or at least he was born. Hint, hint, wink, wink. He was born 226. Houston Roughnecks 226 to play for the Houston Roughnecks. That doesn't mean he's going to win today. But what I liked is that it was 10 days, or a total span of 11 days, till his 25th birthday, which happens to be on 226. So 10 days, or a total span of 11, to his 25th birthday. The starting quarterback for the Battlehawks, he wears the number 10. Philip Walker, he wears the number 11. 10 days, or a total span of 11 days, till his 25th birthday. We have number 10 versus number 11. Now, the word 25 and Roughnecks have the same Gematria. 25, Roughnecks. So as we can see here, Roughnecks 121, 49, 149, 50, and then 25 equals 149, 50, 121, 49. So the words 25 and the word Roughnecks have identical Gematria in all 4 base ciphers. And again, we come back and we see that it's 10 days, or 11 days, till his 25th birthday, which happens to be on 226, Houston Roughnecks. 226. He'll be turning 25. 25 and Roughnecks are completely identical in Gematria. 10 or 11 days till, and it's number 10 versus number 11. That's why I picked the Roughnecks along with the 62 home teams. And because of that, I went ahead and sweeped week 2 of XFL. Had a perfect weekend. Completed the Broom challenge. Hopefully this video helps you. I'm looking forward to week 3.